before you go back to school, before you join that boot camp, before you take that next course in the direction of your tech journey, I want you to stop and take a moment. Right now, the next few minutes, we're going to figure out and we're going to make sure that the course that the journey that you're going on is going to take you in the right direction, right? Now, there's a lot of courses, a lot of things you can do, a lot of certifications you can take in order to get that amazing job in the tech industry. Now, a lot of those are great and, they're going to provide you results. They're going to get you from point A to point B. But I do see that a lot of these courses don't take the time to figure out whether the person, client, or, the student undertaking this next challenge, which getting a job in tech is a pretty big challenge. They don't take the time to figure out whether that's going to be a good fit for them, right? So I'm going to take you real quick. It's something I put together. I did a little bit of research, and this is how you can figure out that the direction that you're going for in the tech industry is going to be a good fit for you, right? Now, this is where we all start off. This is an ocean, right? I know I'm a great artist. This is the ocean of the tech industry, right? And this is where we all start. At first, we all see that, we all have that friend or that we've heard of that friend that has that cozy tech job where, they kind of get to work from home. They have all these nice perks. They can take all this PTO. And for some reason, I think everybody at their tech job has a ping pong table, right? So that sounds appealing. It sounds great. Great pay. Boom. We're sold on it. We want to do it, right? And then, this is the next part, that next step we all take. We start doing a little bit of research in that tech industry, right? And we see there's all these different jobs, right? It's not just software engineer anymore. It's database administrator, there's IT, there's these courses you can take, there's software engineer, there's data scientist, all these things you can do. And at this point, this is basically where I stopped, and I just said, you know what? I'm just going to go back to school, get my computer science degree, and then we'll figure out from there, right? Now, I did do that with a lot of determination, but I can't say that I was fully confident of what the outcome was going to be. I knew I was going to get a job. I knew I was going to find a great opportunity, and thank God I did. Right now, I've been working for full time for my first year. It's about to be coming up, right? And while I'm grateful for that, there's definitely some steps I wish I had taken in order to go in that direction with more confidence. And if what we're going to do after today is you're going to find out that with a little more research, you're going to be able to see, and you're going to not feel so overwhelmed by all these, possibilities, most of which don't really apply to you, right? Because you're going to find out that there's going to be a few subset of roles within the ocean of tech industry jobs that are going to be a good fit for you, right? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to find out and make sure that the direction you're going, the portfolio you're building out, the courses you're taking are going to take you in that direction, right? So first things first is a pre-requirement. This is non-negotiable. You have to take a personality test. There's a free one you can take at Trinity.com. I don't have any kind of code for that. You just type at Trinity.com. I don't own the website. I wish I did because I'm recommending it to everyone. But it's going to be free. It's going to be quick. It's not going to take you more than 5 minutes. And the result from that is you're going to get one of 16 personality types, right? This is based off the Myers-Briggs personality test. We're not going to get into that. It's just a personality test. Think of it like horoscopes that was developed by, scientists, research, all that stuff. So you're going to get one of these personality types that you see on these yellow boxes, right? Now, what I did from looking into these when I put this together was I wanted to basically narrow down what personality types fit best for what type of roles in the tech industry, right? So mine, for instance, let's take a look at it. When I took the test, and mind you, I didn't know about this when I joined. I recently took it just, to make sure I was where I'm supposed to be, right? Basically, when I took the test, I got INTJ. So for INTJ's personality type, I think that the nickname for that is the architect. So people that are INTJ would do well. More than likely, you would be a good fit for software development or engineering roles or data analytics. Great. So my current role is as a software developer or a systems developer, or as a systems developer to be more specific. And hooray, that was a good fit. That ended up being what I was doing, right? But if you had, let's say you're someone that's a little bit more creative, right? You end up getting, what I've seen friends that I have that are more creative, they end up getting INFP, right? Well, that probably lines up more with design and user experience. and the kind of jobs you can get for that. They do develop, again, they have more to do with the visual experience of these, right? There's graphic designer, there's what they call UI UX designers, so the people that make the appearance of what an app looks like. And again, you might think, well, tech is tech, computer science. Not really. I think if I had to have this job in design user experience, now this takes a lot of hard work, it takes a lot of talent, but you also need that artistic, touch. If I had to do this for a living, any one of these, I can honestly tell you I'd be very miserable. I don't know how to make things look pretty. I don't know how to make things look aesthetic, as you can see from my lighting and whatnot. But what I do on my day-to-day really has to do more with back-end technology, has a little more coding, and I rarely ever have to deal with the appearance of anything. So again, for me, based on the results from this test, that ended up working out for me, right? And again, if you look at this a little closer, you'll see that most of these categories, they have to do with, the more, I guess, coding, programming, computer science stuff. And then these at the bottom, they have more to do with business degree. And just as a quick overview, anytime you see the E on these, or the I stands for introvert, the E stands for extrovert, right? So people in these jobs are more people related. You kind of have to take on more managerial roles. You have to have more meetings. You have to be a leader, that kind of stuff, right? So right off the bat, if you know that's not you, you don't even have to take the test, right? But again, I think taking this test in order to find what your strengths are, in order to find out a little more about your personality, is going to help you not only narrow down the kind of job roles you should be looking for, but it's going to help you hone down on the kind of portfolio you should be creating, right? Because at the end of the day, I think for whatever role you decide to go, whatever pathway you decide to take, you're going to need to take some courses, to get better at that thing you're learning. You might want a degree, or you want to get you want to make sure you're majoring in the right thing, right? There's a difference between majoring in information systems and majoring in data science and majoring in computer science, right? If you're going something more IT related, or you want to have more experience for resume, you want to make sure you're going for the right certifications. And again, that's going to tie in with your portfolio. And also, you want to be applying to the right roles, right? Now, applying, that's very tough about this industry. People get worn out. People get discouraged. But again, you want to make sure you're focusing on the right thing. And again, so on, like career fairs, networking, all these are things you're going to have to do for any job that you decide to pursue, regardless of, what the role is, right? And again, just ideally, if you can get a referral, either through a career fair, networking, that kind of stuff. Again, you want to be tailored specific for that position you want. And you're going to have I put trial interviews because you're going to have interviews. Not every interview is going to go well, but you want to make sure you're preparing for the correct interview. And again, there's the fun part, right, of dealing with rejection. Not every interview you get is going to turn into a job offer or an internship offer, and that's something that comes with experience, right? But again, having this insight in terms of what you're aiming for is going to help you build a portfolio with confidence, because at the end of the day, if you have no interest whatsoever in being, a UI developer or anything, design user experience, there's really no point in you trying to build out a portfolio that shows off, beautiful Android applications you can build or beautiful iOS applications you can build. Now, you might be tempted to, because that's challenging and that's something you've always wanted to do, but you might not enjoy, you might not be good at it. And at the end of the day, you probably don't want to do that. You probably don't want to go in that direction if it's something that's going to make you unhappy or make you miserable, right? So what are the next steps, right? Like I said, if you're in school, you're taking that boot camp, you're taking that, that certification course, I think that's great. I think you should go for it. I think you should stick to it. I'm sure you're more than capable of accomplishing what you want, but just for peace of mind and just so you can have a little more clarity on the options that are out there, again, highly recommend, highly encourage that you take this personality test, that you go through this, I guess, diagram that I made. And again, even if you just want to do a little research on, like, hey, let's say you got ISFP, okay, design user experience. Okay, cool. What are these roles? What do they offer? What are they like? Let me look at them on YouTube. What do they pay? I think that might be helpful to you, right? And I'm going to link this, the document I made. I'm going to link this on the description. It's just going to be Notion or Google Doc. I don't care. You don't have to give me your email. Just put thank you if you use it or not. I hope you make some good use of it. Again, this isn't something I have. I think it's more something that I came up with now that I'm in the industry. Now that I see, friends or people that I've met that want to get into tech and they just don't have like a very clear vision on what it is they want to do or how to even get started, right? And if that's something that you're struggling with still, I think the next thing that we could do, here are the next steps, right? If you're kind of like, hey, I took this test, I found my personality type, I got this and that, is what I'm considering, but what do I focus on for the courses? What do I need a degree? What certifications do I need? How do I build my, resume? How do I build my portfolio? Again, how do I prepare for interviews, all that stuff. Then what I recommend is that you definitely join my Discord. I'm gonna write this with the mouse. And because you're on my Discord, we can definitely do a one-on-one call and we can talk about your experience in tech. I would love to hear what it is that you're considering. I would love to hear what it is that you want to do, why you gain interest in that specific area, why you think you might do good, what you might be, worried about. Again, I was in that same exact spot. I didn't go back to school until I was 28, so I was definitely scared. And I know with all the stuff that people are saying about, jobs in tech and the layoffs and this and that, I know it's pretty easy to get discouraged. But at the end of the day, I think a lot of that stuff is just hype. I think a lot of people just want to make videos to get views. So again, sign up for my Discord, shoot me a message, we can do one-on-one. Look at this document that I'm going to post, again, after you take your test. And, just do a little research on these positions, right? Maybe you'll find something industry. Maybe you'll find something interesting in terms of, job salary, in terms of job responsibility. I think after that, that's all up to you. I did include some descriptions on what these job roles are, and as well as a little bit more description on what these personality types are. But I think it all comes down to you taking this test. So again, I wish you the best of luck. I hope you do great in your career. Whatever you decide to take on, wish you the best, and I'll talk to you later.